Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Blue, the complete Pokédex edition. Now before we get started here, we're going to be continuing on with Pokemon Tower. I've got a little bit of explaining to do, because in between videos what I did was I decided to train up some Pokemon. And by that I mean I decided to train up Keaton, who is Abra for those of you who don't remember, Babadook, the Boulder, and he's not in our party but Randy as well, so basically all four of those Pokemon that evolve by trading, so I've leveled them up so that they're almost at evolving level to the second stage, and that's the team that we're going to be taking on, along with, I decided to bring Hope along for the ride as well, just to give him some screen time, because you can never have enough Cubone Marowak sort of stuff going on. I think it's appropriate as well to be taking on Pokemon Tower. Wait a second, did I get Repels in the last video? No, I was going to buy Repels. Well, there's something, at least I remembered that. Because I don't need to be running into any Ghastlies and Haunters every 10 seconds inside in Pokemon Tower. So yeah, I decided to level those guys up. Just to be prepared for when I am actually going to be evolving them. I haven't exactly decided like what way I'm going to go about this, but I do have like some stuff recorded that I'm going to be. Well, no, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stop talking now, because like basically I've decided like at what point I'm going to do all of this stuff, like this other stuff basically is what I'm talking about. But do you know what, let's not talk about that. Let's just let the LP speak for itself here rather than explaining every single thing. So yeah, today is Saturday the 23rd of September, and it is such like a miserably beautiful autumn stormy day. It is absolutely bucketing outside, and I mean like absolutely lashing out of the heavens. It's brilliant. So like last night, and it's actually like it's funny because what was actually somewhat an irritating night turned into a really nice day for me anyway. Because basically what happened yesterday was I ate this story starts off so stupidly. Oh, I forgot to turn back on the animations. Oh, well, that's a shame. Well, don't be doing that twice. I'm going to have to heal him up after every single battle. That's going to kill it in one hit though, that's the thing, you see, at least. But like I figured, oh, I'll bring Hope because he knows Bone Club, and he's going to be able to use Bone Club on all the Ghastlies and stuff that we're going to be going up against. So battle animation on. Might as well use a super potion already on Hope. I brought Nancy just in case I want to be able to dig out of here, just because it's easier, and as well because if you have like a ground type, any ground type attack in this dungeon, you're pretty much home free, because the Ghastlies that you're going to be going up against nothing but Ghastly and Haunter, and they all have such like pitiful defense that you really don't have to worry. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Super Repel right now. That you really won't have to worry about a thing. So yeah, like the way the story starts off is really dumb, because it starts off with yesterday I ate a load of apples. Like I'd say yesterday I ate, like, because we have them at work at the moment, just like lying around, like there was a fruit drop or whatever, so there was just fruit everywhere. So like every time I'd go over talking to someone, I'd see like these apples, and like they had like, this is such a dumb story, but like they had, like the apples were like exactly the kind of apples I like. They were really like hard, crispy, crunchy, sour, green apples, like really appley flavored. Like crunchy, sour, green apples, and I love them. Oh my god, if you parafuse me. Don't be doing that now, Hope. So I ate like, I'd say yesterday in total, over the course of the day, I ate like about 6 or 7 apples easily. Like I'd say at least 7. And then yesterday evening, I only just realized, oh well, there's something, Keaton with level 16. Yesterday evening was when I realized, oh, maybe it wasn't a good idea to eat all of those apples. First of all, because of the amount of acid that's in them, and as well because of like the way like apples aren't like the most easily digested things by our digestive system. So I was like, oh my god, I hope I don't end up paying for this. Lo and behold, Harry wakes up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Keaton is evolving. Finally. We've had this thing for ages, this Abra here. I was so proud of catching it. And now Keaton has evolved into Kadabra. It's just like, and actually learned something it can attack with. It could actually probably be useful here if they didn't use Lick and if his HP wasn't so pitiful, because they're all weak against, poison as well. I guess we'll switch out to Babadook and get him leveled up. Lo and behold, Harry wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was like 3:22 is what the time was. With like crippling like digestive system pain. I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Because it literally felt like I was like, it literally felt like there was like an elephant standing on my stomach is what it felt like. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I was like, oh my god, what is happening? It felt like all my insides were just what even is Ghastly's back sprite? Seriously. Look at this, it's just a blob. But anyway, I felt really bad, like, so I was like, oh my god, is this trapped wind is what it was. From, like, all of the digested apple in my system, like, that wasn't easily digested. And as well, like, the thing is, you're lying down when you're in bed, so it's, like, not easy for, like, trapped, like, built-up gas to, like, burp. It's not easy to burp because it's not going to go up, it's just going to float around inside your digestive system. So I was like, oh god, this is going to get worse before it gets better anyway. So actually, no, first of all, my first diagnosis was, oh, it must be all of the acid from the apples, and it must be, like, stomach acid or something. So I got up, walked out, and drank some milk, like cold milk, because that's usually good for, like, excess stomach acid. No, that wasn't what it was. Because I went back to bed then, and like an hour later at 4:30, I was still in immense pain. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? So I got up again, I was like, oh, it must be trapped wind, and I know how to deal with that. So I walk over into the kitchen, I get a glass of water, and I put a spoon of bicarbonate of soda into it. So thankfully I know all of these things, because it's something like that plenty of people just don't know about. They're like, oh, I don't have any medicine or like things to, I don't know even what you would use, like Rennies or whatever. I don't have any Rennies in my house, so what am I even going to do? And it's like, you don't even need that. All you need is, like, everyone has bicarbonate of soda in their house, so you just need a spoon of that. So I went ahead and I downed the glass of water with the bicarbonate of soda in it, and then, like, I'd say, like, I burped about, like, 10 cubic feet of air is what I did. Like, I burped about 10 cubic feet of air. And then everything was fine, but I still couldn't get back to sleep, so I basically woke up about 3:30 in the morning and didn't get back to sleep at all, is what happened. So I'm just gonna send Keaton out, because it's the easiest thing to do here. The Kadabra. You go confusing me now. So then, like, what happened was, I was like, oh my god, well, I'm never going to get back to sleep anyway. So, like, I decided to start watching the newest, like, it's not even new anymore, but, like, oh my god, can any of you Pokemon kill this thing? You're so crap. Thank you, look, it hurt me, and a critical hit to boot. It's not even that new anymore, but I started, like, I decided to start watching the latest season of House of Cards, because, like, when it came out, like, the latest season, it was, like, during the summertime, and I was like, I'm not going watching House of Cards during the summertime. Because, like, and that's the way it was with, like, a load of series. Like, there was a load of, like, new seasons of things that came out, like, around the same time. There was, like, House of Cards, Kimmy Schmidt, what else came out? Sense8, and Orange is the New Black. Like, all of those all came out at the same time in the summer, and I was like, I would love to watch all of these, but I have no interest in watching all of these things during the summertime. Because, like, for me, like, when I'm watching series or I'm watching, like, television programs, I love it, like, doing it in autumn. Like, I love, and that's why it was so nice. I was just there, and it was all autumny and quiet, and I was there inside, and the weather was horrible outside, and I was there like watching House of Cards and enjoying every minute of it. It was brilliant. So yeah. And now I'm here inside and it is absolutely miserable outside. It's like the monsoon in Jumanji. And I'm in here having a nice relaxing time playing Pokemon Blue for your viewing entertainment. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. There's like a couple, speaking of like video games, there's like a couple of like things that have like come out that I haven't got yet. So I was talking about like the Mario and Rabbids. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to get that, because what I wanted to do was actually watch a review of it or something like that, and I never got around to watching the review that I meant to watch. But so I still haven't decided on that, but like the new Metroid game is out and I still haven't picked it up. As well as like that Pokken, like I just have to call it Pokken. I can't call it Pokken. The new Pokken is out. And I'm actually like, see, I don't have it on the Wii U. Like, I never got it on the Wii U. It's one of the games that I didn't get on the Wii U. Because I have most of the, like, worthwhile Wii U library. So I'm actually, like, seriously considering getting it for the Switch. But then, like, Sonic Forces is coming out then in November, and Mario Odyssey will be coming out as well. Like, there's so many, like, good games. Like, no one has the right to complain about game catalogs at the moment, because there are so many good things coming out. And as well, like, I'm looking forward to like the new Kirby games. Like, I know, like, I kind of wish they'd make some sort of a new Kirby. Like, that's my one like criticism, I suppose, is that we've seen the kind of Kirby's Return to Dreamland about 20 times at this stage. Do you know what I mean? Like the Kirby's Adventure Wii. Like, they're pretty much after replicating that style so many times now. And, like, I'm kind of... Like, a good Kirby game is a good Kirby game. And you guys know I love the Curbster. But it's like, I want to see something new now. Do you know, like, when Kirby's Epic Yarn came out, and it was just really new and exciting, and it looked different. Because that's the thing, when you think about it, like... But then that's the thing as well, I mean, mechanics-wise, like, I suppose they did, like, the Planet Robobot thing and stuff like that, but mechanics-wise, like, remember, like, in Kirby 64, there was, like, the combining abilities, and, like, there were so many different combinations, and it was so fun, and that was, like, half the fun of the game was just the excitement of, oh, what'll happen if I combine this one with this one, and stuff like that. And then it's the exact same with, like, I can't remember whether I told you guys about this, but I think I did. When, like, I only recently started playing, like, by recently I mean, like, what, like, probably a year ago. Am I seriously parafused? Well, this is a brilliant state of affairs here. Great. So, basically, like, I started playing Kirby's Dreamland 3, the Super Nintendo one. And, like, that's another one where, oh my god, it looks beautiful. Like, it has a really cool, like, crayon-y kind of a style. But it also, like, plays really in a really fun manner, where, like, half of the fun of it is, like, combining the abilities with the different animal bodies, and, like, depending on which animal body you're with, the ability will be different and stuff like that. And, like, that's so much fun. I love that aspect of that game, and it's the same with, like, Kirby 64. And then, like, as I say, the whole Kirby's Adventure Wii thing, oh my god, thankfully I got to this floor. This is the purifying circle, the purified protective zone. Come, child, I sealed this space with white magic. You can rest here. Don't remind me about that witch. Seriously, this woman... at Electric Picnic, this woman, she was like something out of Grimm's fairy tales or something. Seriously, like, Friends of the Earth were getting on my nerves all weekend. Like, I'm an environmentally friendly person. I recycle, like, do that kind of way, and I don't litter, I don't do any of those things, do that kind of way, and I use as little packaging and as possible and stuff like that. Like, and, like, when I was at Electric Picnic, I had, like, a plastic cup I went over to the bins. I was like, okay, I'm going to look now and make sure that I know which bin is the right bin to put this plastic cup in, because naturally I want to put it into the recycling bin. Anyway, I went over and I saw a black bin. There was a sign over the black bin that said recycling, with a picture of all the diagram of all the different things that you could put into it which would count as recycling, amongst which was a little diagram of a cup. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be a good person and put this plastic cup into this bin because the sign tells me that this is the recycling bin. No sooner had the cup, like, dropped into the bin, then out of the ground pops up this horrid little woman. This horrid little woman. She was like a witch. As I say, she was like something of like Grimm's fairy tales or something. And she starts going on at me about like, no, you see, the plan that we have. And I was like, that's exactly what she said. She was like, the plan that we have is that the black ones will be for general waste and the green bins will be for recycling. So I got kind of shirty. I was like, because I'm prone to bouts of hostility when it comes to things like that, and I can be so... I got a little bit shirty, and the first thing I said to her, which was the first thing that popped into my head, which in hindsight a more normal thing to say would have been like, oh, okay, well I know, thanks, bye, just to get her away as quickly as possible. No, because I just couldn't resist saying the first thing that popped into my head was, which was, well, you can't crucify me because obviously your stupid sign was over the wrong bin. And then she got all like insulted and she was like, well, I wasn't trying to crucify you or anything. No one's trying to crucify you at all. I was just letting you know. And I was like, yeah, well, next time you want to let me know, make sure your bin is properly, has proper signage. I was like, so like... That was like my first run-in. Like, seriously, I'm still angry at her because she was such an annoying little woman. It's just like, fuck off. If you notice that someone's after putting a plastic cup into the bin that's not the recycling bin, and then you realize that, oh, well, it looks like they put it in there because the sign is the wrong way around. Because she actually fixed the sign. While she was talking to me, she fixed the sign and moved the sign over to another bin. And I was like... if you notice that that's what caused the problem, just fix it and just don't get on my case over putting a cup into the bin because you just couldn't keep on top of your sign. It's like, just go fuck yourself. And then like I had a second run-in with them as well, with Friends of the Earth, and like where I went over to a recycling. It was to do with a bin and a plastic cup again. It was like, can I do anything right? Can you just like leave me alone? Because I had two plastic cups, one which had been used by me and one which had been used by my friend. So I was like, oh, I'll go over to the bin and put these cups in the bin. I bring the two plastic cups over to the green recycling bin, having learnt my lesson from the day before, and I drop them into the bin. No sooner had I dropped the plastic cups into the bin than hope grew to level 23, and the boulder is going to start evolving now, so I'm going to take a break in... The boulder is evolving! Take a break, everyone, because the boulder is evolving. Into Graveler. So yeah, like, no sooner had the cups dropped into the bin than this, like, stupid, crusty fucking hippie from Friends of the Earth, this idiot with, oh look, there's another Cubone, this idiot with a stupid man bun and a stupid, like, badly trimmed beard popped out of the ground right behind me as well. Like, I never saw them until I had done the thing that was apparently wrong. It was too ridiculous. And he pops up of the ground next to me. And I was thinking to myself, oh my god, what did I do this time? Because he was like, sorry, excuse me. I was like, what the fuck did I do this time? And then he starts lecturing me on, well, do you know what you can always do is you can save up 5 of those cups and you can bring them to this specific place and you give them 5 plastic cups and they'll give you €1 for the 5 plastic cups. And as he was explaining this to me, like I was such a terrible person for putting plastic cups in. Why did I do that? I meant to use Nightshade. As if I was like such a terrible person for putting plastic cups into the recycling bin. Like, I was just thinking to myself, this, like, you cannot be serious. This idiot cannot be for real right now. Like, like, this idiot cannot be for real right now. And, like, I once again, when he was, like, finished explaining this to me, I said the first thing that popped into my head, which was, this is because this is obviously the most logical explanation, like, quite hostilely, I said, well, what do you expect? I'm hardly going to walk around the place with 5 cups just to get 1 poxy euro. And he looked at me again like I was such a terrible person and was like, well, there's no need to be like that. I'm just trying to tell you. I was like, yeah, well, as I said, I'm fine. You don't need to educate me on the plastic cup economy. And I was like, seriously, like, they got on my nerves, like, so much. And then, that was, like, day 2, so this was, like, day 1, I got lectured by the garbage witch that popped out of the ground. Day 2, I had this fucking idiot, like, tell me about, like, how I could apparently turn my life around by bringing 5 cups somewhere to get 1 measly euro back for them. And then, lo and behold, day 3 of the 3-day festival, I go to the bar and I want to get 2 plastic cups of beer. And I say, oh, can I get 2 beers? And she was like, sure. She walks away. She comes back with the 2 beers. And I was like, thanks. And I gave her my money with the full intent of just walking away happily with my 2 beers in my 2 plastic cups. When, lo and behold, there were 2 empty plastic cups on the counter of the bar. And she says to me, do you want these 2 empty plastic cups? Like, it's even ridiculous just even thinking about it, just even remembering it. Because she said it to me, she was like, do you want these 2 empty plastic cups? And I was thinking to myself, as she said it, you cannot be serious, this cannot be happening. This is like some sort of Woody Allen comedy bit or something like that. The world is conspiring against me here. And, like, I was like, no, I'm fine, thank you. And she was like, she didn't just leave it there. She asked me again, she was like, are you sure? Because if you take 5 of these plastic cups to this specific station place, you can turn them in and get €1. And I was like, no, seriously, I do not want the plastic cups, the empty ones. I am perfectly fine with the 2 full plastic cups I have. And I just couldn't believe it, I swear. I could not believe that 3 separate people on 3 separate days were after getting on my case and, like, trying to educate me on how best to make use of plastic cups. I just could not believe it. I felt like when she started telling me about it behind the bar, when your one behind the bar started trying to give me the 2 plastic cups, the empty ones, I just felt like screaming. Like, I just felt like standing there and screaming at the sky or something, because I just could not believe that the world was doing this to me. I was just like, you cannot be serious. Like, what is going on with my life right now? That these 3 people are after, like, lecturing me on the plastic cups. But that is the end of the story. I am in the privacy of my own home now. I do not have plastic cups. I now have a mug full of coffee. And it's damn fine coffee at that. And I have no plastic cups. And you know what? Even if Baba Duck is evolving into that Baba Shook meme, oh my god, wasn't that the worst thing ever? No, it's evolving into Hunter. Oh my god, this is like an evolution cavalcade today. And you know what? Even if I did have plastic cups here in the privacy of my own home, I could fucking do whatever I wanted with them because I can do that anyway. Seriously. Friends of the Earth, if any of you are out there watching this video, your irritating antics at Electric Picnic 2017 did not win me over. And to be honest, you would turn anybody off being environmentally friendly, because if that's the way you are with everybody, you can just go fuck right off, and I'd prefer to destroy the planet Earth if it meant that you were on it. Because there's no world which irritating people like you has the right to exist. So there. And that is the end of the story. I'm just going to use Babadook for this and finish this battle because that's the way I'm going to roll today. But yeah. That's the plastic cups. I can't believe I just spent 25 minutes telling that story about plastic cups. Do you know what? I'm going to actually end off the video here. I'm going to go back to the purifying circle and relax and chill out and heal up my Pokemon, and we're going to finish Pokemon Tower in the next video. So thanks a million for watching and listening to my rant against humanity. I will see you next time. Bye.